Hey guys, I'm back in the kitchen again, and this time it's gonna be scary. I was at Walmart and I looked at the meats, which I never buy there, and I found something that looked juicy AF, real thin steaks. And when I saw the Italian name Milanesa, I said, wait a minute, that's Cuban and Italian. Watch this. Pow! Look at those little thin steaks. Look at this. So I decided to take a chance. There's the name, Milanesa. I didn't like the price, $14 for this, but it's barely 2 pounds, but it's already thin like paper. So that means it's gonna take the seasoning pretty freaking good. Now I decided to take it upon myself and create a Frankenstein monster with this Milanesa. And I will explain when I show you the ingredients that I bought. Watch this. Okay guys, after watching some Cuban cooking videos, I decided to take it upon myself to try this Cuban ingredients. Let's start with this Goya Total Seasoning, which is, it has more than the typical salt, black pepper, and garlic powder. This one's got some greens and some other stuff in there, so let's see if it's any good. I also never use any of the Mojo, which I see constantly in Cuban restaurants. They just use this on pork, where they let the pork sit there for 24, 48 hours, and then all the freaking citrusy fruits that you see here and stuff really get into the meat for flavor and softening. Then of course, for the sauce, you gotta have the Goya tomato sauce, which is this the Spanish style one? Yeah, look, that's the one my mama used to go, Spanish style. This is the one you need to buy. And then I saw this in the freezer, and I know this is like green seasonings, like a bunch of little green leaves, so I'm gonna cut some and throw it in there. I'm planning on making this on the slow cooker. And then for juice, bam. Oh, and I forgot, I have red wine that I need to add. So give me 2 seconds. Here it is, red wine. And this is because I was looking at my boliche, which is round meat, Cuban meat. And I saw that a lot of people were putting in a little bit of red wine. So I got some mixture here. Now this one here is just for letting it marinate, and then I will remove it. So this is not gonna be part of the sauce. Okay, so I don't know how this is gonna be, but the first thing I'm gonna do is take the Milanesa and I'm gonna cut it in half. And then I'm gonna put half in this bowl and half in this bowl. And then I'm going to season it with this, each one of the individual thin steaks. And then I'm gonna cover each container in half a bottle of this, and then let it sit at least 24 hours. So I will let you know how it goes. See ya. Okay, step number 1, I cut the meats in half. Now if you notice, there's a bunch of little thin steaks here everywhere. So freaking thin, it's gonna cook real good. Look at this. I mean, you should be making some Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. I wonder if this is the meat that they actually use. Look at this. Look how thin. There was only one package over there. Actually, there was one left, but I didn't know how good this was gonna be. Anyway, so now I'm gonna do this. Goya Sazon Total. And I'm just gonna spray it on each one, put it in here, and then dump the liquid. Let's get started. Okay, I only got one hand, so this is the only way to better illustrate it. So there it is. I took one slice out. I'm gonna put it nicely laid out on a plate, and then I'm gonna spray the sazon on it. Okay, now you see that I covered both sides, and then I'm just gonna drop it flat right in there, and then continue to do the rest of these before I put the magical Mojo. Okay, let me keep going. Okay guys, look at all this. Looks awesome already. They actually came out to 8 steaks on each bin here. So that was pretty freaking good. So there's the sazon total, completely done, and now it's time for the mojo. Oh yeah, Cuban mojo. I shook it real good, and now I'm just gonna pour it real slow so I don't mess up the other stuff that I just spent time really nicely coating. Oh, this is pretty thick. It's gonna go over the top of it, darn it. Oh well, I'll just do it nice and slow. Look at this. This is like the Cuban restaurant I've always wanted to have. Wow, now I see why the Cuban people use this under Cuban pork. Anyway, there's the brand I recommend. I looked at all three of them out there. They all looked fishy AF. This one had a lot of seasoning at the bottom, so I went with it. So now I'm gonna store this 24 hours, and then I'll show you part whatever. See ya. Oh, I forgot. You might as well go ahead and shake these around like this so that the mojo gets inside each and every steak. I just did it now, so I'm letting you know that I forgot to show you that step. Okay, and then just make sure it's covered as much as possible now that you got it all intertwined. And don't ask me to spell that. Okay, I will. INTERTWING. Intertwined. Okay, I'm gonna cover it up and let it go to sleep for 24 hours. Goodbye, boys. See ya. Okay, guys, as you can see, it's the morning after. I've set up my slow cooker for 10 hours. And I'm just slowly layering the steak back into the apparatus, the slow cooker. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. I just did it beautifully, but just so you can see, spread it out a little bit because although it's thin, it's got a lot of layers, so it needs to get cooked. Oops. Ugh, it's hard doing it one hand. Just spread it around and make sure you cover everything. You notice it's got all the seasoning in there. It's looking pretty fine, I must say. I didn't think that this, I thought that the slow cooker would be too big for this, but there's a lot of little steaks in there. Well, that one didn't seem to get a seasoning, so I'm gonna spread it out like this. Okay, now let's move on to the next chemistry project. Okay, now I'm going to do the part that I know for sure belongs. This is the Spanish style tomato sauce, and the tomato sauce will assist in the sauce of the meat. So I know this is proper, and I'm not scared to do this because I did it on my boliche experiment that I did last week, and the sauce did not hinder anything. So I'm gonna throw the sauce in there. Now I gotta think about what's coming next, so give me 2 seconds. Okay, so now I know that I saw some Cuban recipes that had the Spanish cooking red wine in it, so I'm gonna add some. I just don't know how much. And I know that a lot of American people, and I know a lot of chefs, use the cooking stock beef to add liquid to your pot roast. So I don't know how much I'm gonna add of each one. I saw a lady making boliche, which is I-round Cuban style, and the lady put the whole freaking cooking bottle into the freaking casserole. So that was pretty hardcore. So maybe I'll just put, I don't know, 3 gloops of it? I don't know. Let me think about it. Oh my gosh, did you guys see this? This is red wine, but it's vinegar. I only have to do like 1 tablespoon of this based on my other recipe. Good thing I didn't pour all of this thinking it was red wine. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't have any red wine at home, so I guess I'm gonna try a little white one. What? 1 second. Oh, I lied. I found it. It was in my refrigerator. Check it out. Red Cock cooking wine. All right, so I'm gonna put 1 tablespoon of this, and then I'm gonna put 3 gulps of this. So let me get my measuring tablespoon. Okay, I know that adobo marinade had vinegar, but I'm just gonna throw this in. It's not a lot, so we'll go with that. Okay, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's giving it some water there. And now I don't know if I should add this or not. Look how wet it already is, and you guys know that when you start cooking this for 8 hours, all the moisture stays inside and it creates a lot of juice in there. Let me think about it. Dang guys, sorry about this, but I forgot about the onions. Good thing I just found them on my freaking stove staring at me going, hey, what's up? So there's one. And I think I'm gonna have to do one more. I bought 2 onions. Make sure that all that gets in that juice. Yeah, 1 more onion. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, next onion. There it goes, all in. Look how pretty that looks. I'm still wondering about this, darn it. Can somebody help me out? I'll make a decision in 15 seconds. Well guys, look what I found to add to this Cuban experiment. I'm gonna put some of these through my knife, mince them a little bit, and then throw some in here, Cuban style. Be right back. Nah, I decided not to. They're gonna go in raw. Oh my gosh, I still can't make a decision on this. Look at all the juice that's already here and it hasn't started cooking yet. It's getting hot. Oh my gosh. Do I put this stock or not? I need a break. I don't know what to do. Okay guys, if you look at my video, Cuban picadillo, seasoned ground beef, I believe they called for 0.75 of a cup of this. So I am going to go ahead and do that and see how it looks. There's a half. And there's 0.75. Okay, I think I can take maybe a little more and make it a cup. There. Okay, that's enough juice. All right, guys, now we're gonna put this to cook for 8 hours, and I'll keep showing you as I check. I'm gonna cross my fingers. See you. Anytime you're opening up items that you're not gonna use for a while, make sure you label them. Look, I'm putting the date, 5/15/20. So that you know if this thing is 2 years, 3 years, or 10 years old. Got it? I label everything. When I open my liquid eggs, when I open my sour cream, everything. Because I tend to keep stuff forever if I don't use it. Okay guys, I added a new element to this concoction. I added a little salt and pepper because when I opened the lid, it smelled a little too sweet, I guess from the wine and from the tomato sauce. So I could immediately tell that I needed some salt and pepper, so I did that. And then I remembered that my mama used to put this on soups. So I only did 1 packet since I just added salt and pepper. So you're supposed to do this 1 per pound. So I don't want to mess with the Mojo seasoning and all this stuff all at once, so I'm just gonna do that and see what happens. I still got 4 to 5 hours left on cooking time. It's on low, and it hasn't bubbled, but now that I lifted the lid off a couple of times, it's probably gonna delay the boiling. So let's see what happens. Hey guys, look what I found. I had the tricolor yellow, red, and orange, and look what I did. I julienned the red ones and I threw it on top to get cooked. Now the time is 5 p.m. It has now been 6 hours since this has been cooking, and look how good it looks. Except that now I added the peppers to it, so hopefully in the next 2 hours they will get whittled down and nice and soft. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. Let's keep waiting. Okay guys, it is 8 hours. Let's check out the final product. Look at that. Looks pretty freaking amazing, right? But I have one concern. These steaks were very, very thin. And I realized that when my grandma used to make this kind of stews, she used to use real thick cuts of eye-round steak, and these little steaks were a little bit too thin. So let's see how this looks here. Oh my gosh, look, it's shredded. The little steaks are completely shredded apart. Holy moly. Well, let's give it a taste here. Wow. You can taste the freaking Mojo. Plus all the other stuff I threw in. So this came out freaking amazing, except that it looks like my steaks got shredded by the heat, the marinade, and everything else. The taste is pretty freaking good. So you know the Spanish people eat all the stews and all the meats with white rice. So I have made some white rice, Cuban style, on the Proctor Silex rice cooker. Always perfect. And then for me, since I'm keto, I cannot have the white rice. So I'm gonna do it with cauliflower rice. If you never tried any Spanish food with the sauciness over cauliflower rice, you don't know what you're missing, and you don't get the sugar spikes. So this is gonna be the side here. And I don't know if I'm gonna add some of my favorite avocado, which I do have. I'll have to look for something else. Anyway guys, I hope you learned all my secret stuff that I threw in there from my great grandmother, my grandma, and my mom. This stew came out wonderful, except I really needed to have either the big thick cuts, about maybe like this, of eye-round steak, or my great grandma used to use one of those pork loins that come really long like this on a seasoned package, and she used to do the same thing but with that, so it would be kind of like a pork loin Cuban style. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of trial and errors. Everything came out wonderful. Now I know next time what to throw in there. I'm gonna keep this video as a reference, and so should you. Thank you for watching. I'm out.
Yeah.